It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 4 of Fear the Walking Dead. This is going to be my promo breakdown for Season 4, Episode 3, which is called Good Out Here. So, let's just get right into this. So we have the SWAT truck driving on the road. At this time, I think it's safe to say that Morgan, John, Althea, Strand, Alicia, and Luciana are in the truck. And this scene most likely takes place after the scene that we saw at the end of last episode, where they all basically drove away in the SWAT truck. We have this gruesome walker. I absolutely love this walker. We have Nick on the ground looking at a pile of walkers, and I definitely think this shot of Nick on the ground relates to another scene that we're going to see later on in the promo. We have Strand saying, "A deal requires an act of faith." You know, they're not trusting each other, and there's a bit of tension going back and forth between them about whether they can or can't trust the other group. We have this shot of Nick running. We have this scene that I absolutely love. I can't wait for this scene. We have a little interaction between Nick and Morgan, and Nick basically says, "So you're not afraid that I'm just going to grab the knife?" And that's where Morgan knocks Nick down with his bow staff. We have this scene, which is very interesting because Strand, Luciana, and Alicia all have their hands tied. And someone is looking at them. Maybe it's John, maybe Althea, maybe Morgan. But it seems like it's a reverse now, because last episode, John, Althea, and Morgan had their hands tied. But now it's the opposite way around, which is interesting. So it's going to be very interesting and exciting to see what this is all about and what led to this reverse scenario. We have Morgan talking to Nick saying, "I don't kill." So it seems like Morgan is somewhat going back to his whole all life is precious philosophy. Morgan does not seem to have a balance at this point. He keeps going back and forth between clearing and not wanting to kill. There is no balance with this guy. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But there is definitely another very interesting clue about Morgan's all life is precious philosophy in Fear the Walking Dead, which is pretty cool, which we'll get to. We have this shot of John looking at a walker. He is definitely kneeling down and looking at the face in a surprised manner. So it's going to be interesting to see what that's all about. And that's the shot I was talking about. We have John picking up the book, The Art of Peace, which is obviously the book that Eastman gave Morgan in The Walking Dead's original show when we saw that flashback of Morgan. So it's going to be interesting to see whether they utilize this more and whether we are seeing Morgan transform back to his old ways again and with his whole all life is precious philosophy, or whether we will eventually see some sort of balance with Morgan. We have Althea telling John, "I'm not leaving." And most likely what this is all about is that Althea is telling John she's not leaving him, she's not going to leave, and that they're in this together or something along those lines. We have someone untying another person. I think this is most likely Luciana and Alicia, but I could be wrong about that. And by the looks of it, they actually get out of the ropes and they break free. We have Madison telling Nick, "We'll get her back." And they're most likely talking about Luciana, so something must have happened to Luciana. So it's going to be interesting to see what that's all about. But the other thing that's very interesting is that this doesn't have that gray tone to it. So this is most likely the second timeline that we have, not the original timeline where we have Morgan in the picture. So it's going to be interesting to see what this is all about. We have this scene which shows a fight breaking out between Nick and Morgan. We have Alicia killing a bunch of walkers and the truck crashing, rolling down the hill. So it seems like they are going to lose the truck, which I'm not looking forward to because I thought that this was a pretty interesting vehicle for them to have. So yeah, I hope that they don't lose the truck. I hope it's not destroyed. I hope that, they can still use it later on. And then of course we have this scene, which is the continuation of the last one. Now it seems like maybe Luciana or Alicia is driving the truck, but it could also be Al. So there's really no way to tell from this picture here. We have this shot of Nick looking outside, and this is taken straight from the sneak peek, which we got for the next episode. And so Morgan and Nick are in the truck. They're watching another car pass by, and the car is the exact same car that Mel, the leader of the Vultures, was driving. So they're most likely watching Mel drive by. We have this shot of the aftermath of the crash, most likely, and there's walkers approaching the truck. We have Alicia hiding, going under some sort of vehicle, maybe the same truck, maybe something else, but there are walkers coming after her. We have Althea here with her rifle. She's looking at something. We have another shot of Strand. We have Morgan talking to someone. We don't know who, but he says, it's not going to work out the way you think. So maybe he's referring to the whole fight that they have going on with Mel and the Vultures, and telling them about his experience with the Saviors, and telling them that it's not going to end the way you think, people are going to die and things like that. And maybe that's what Morgan is preaching here, telling them that, don't go to war, it's not worth it, people are going to end up dying, and maybe even preach his whole philosophy about all life is precious or something like that. We have a quick shot of Althea, and then this shot of Nick fighting off a bunch of walkers. I'm sure he's going to get out of this, but it's going to be interesting to see, how he gets out, whether someone saves him or whether he can take care of it by himself. But that's basically the end of the promo. It looks like it's going to be a great episode. I'm looking forward to it, but that's it for my promo breakdown. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video. If you like what you see, press like, subscribe for more content, and press the bell button to receive notifications for future uploads. Like the Facebook page of this channel to join our Walking Dead community. Join us live every Friday night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time for a Q&A session. See you all there.